You're listening to Intellectual Nudity, uncensored, uninhibited, unleashed. The Jose Soto Show.
Now, about this brouhaha over the Rutgers University basketball coach that was harassing, I guess you can say, bullying. What is it? Well, he was being really mean. He was being a jerk and an asshole. Yeah, like what basketball coach isn't a jerk and an asshole? But he said some homophobic slurs. He called some players faggots and fairies and cussed at them and berated them, assaulted them, I guess you can say that. I mean, it looks like he did in a way. And, he was being a hard ass with all these basketball players. And it was caught on tape. There was this onslaught of firings. The coach got fired, and I guess the athletics director got fired, or he quit. And they're trying to get the president to quit and all this. And I don't really want to get into it. I don't, and it doesn't really matter to me because it's sports. What do you expect? You expect a philosophy? You expect what? And people say, oh, professional sports, professional athletes, professional. I don't know. They don't seem to act that professional. I mean, if you were to do this in any other setting, like let's say at an office, you're gonna get fired. Even if you're the supervisor or the boss, you will be fired for doing that to the employees. Jose, this was at a school. Okay. Can a physics teacher call his students faggots and fairies for failing the finals? And you'll be like, no, he can't do that. But then why can't a coach who's supposed to be a university coach, somehow a professor, I think. Isn't that really the case that sports coaches and universities are actually professors? I don't know if that's really true or not, but I guess. Right? I'm not sure because I never joined any sport and school, so who cares? But what really intrigues me, though, is all these, reactionary right-wingers, Fox News, saying, oh, it's political correctness. They're trying to get this guy fired for political correctness. It's the liberals. And, why is this supposed to be a liberal versus conservative thing? I don't really understand that. But you see, through the eyes of Fox News and all these other hacks, including in the left, by the way, I'm not just going to pick on the right-wingers, but certain people are viewing everything through the left-right paradigm. Everything is left-right. Fuck this. The hell's the matter with these people? I don't know. I mean, just that shouldn't matter. If you have disappointed your employer and you embarrass them, of course you're going to get fired. The hell's the matter with these people? Weren't these the same people that say that employers have a right to fire you for whatever reason, right? At will employment, isn't that a Republican value? I think it is. Anyway, Fox News. Oh, you gotta love Fox News. Everybody loves Fox News. Yeah, right. Anyway, there's this host over there that had his take on this situation, and that's from the Fox News show The Five. I never seen this show. I mean, I seen Bill O'Reilly, Hannity, and some others. Neil Cavuto, Shepard Smith, good old Shep. But I haven't really seen this guy and The Five. I don't. Is this like Red Eye or something? Because it looks kind of cheesy, but I don't know. Anyway, let's play the clip Here's Fox News, the 5, and the guy talking is Eric Bolin. He's the host of the show, and he's complaining that the coach is in trouble. Liberals are being political correct, even though I don't think it was liberals that got this guy fired. I don't know. Anyway, so let's go play that clip.
Well, they fired him obviously because the video got to ESPN and a lot of people saw it. This story kind of infuriates me. We're in the midst of political correctness crushing our ability to teach kids, to discipline kids, to disagree with people or one another or kids. Our culture's in decline, but this is an example of our culture in free fall. And I'm saying because he got fired.
Now, you would imagine that he would be saying our culture is in a downfall because we're letting coaches abuse our kids sexually and physically and emotionally now. No, he's not saying that. What he's saying is, oh, we're going down the wrong way. Our culture is being destroyed because we're not able to yell and scream and shove other people's kids. I mean, one thing it's your kids, you want to yell at them. I don't know if that's really a good idea, but it's not. I mean, these basketball players are not your kids. Why are you going to be yelling at somebody like that? And calling them fairies and faggots. Oh, that's fine. You know, our inability to call somebody a faggot and a fairy, that is causing our society to destroy itself, I guess, because we're not able to, bully each other and kill each other. I don't know. I cannot. I don't understand this at all.
Example of our culture in free fall, and I'm saying because he got fired, not because of what he did. Look, there's no question he should never have used gay slurs. That's against all rules. But I'm not sure that's what got him fired. I think going after one of the kids is what got him fired. Listen, it's time to toughen up. I could talk about the wussification of America, wussification of American men.
Wussification.
I got a paddle in high school. I did something wrong.
Is that really a word? Wussification? What the fuck does that mean? Oh, you become wussies? Yeah. A coach who is basically in a position of authority is picking on basketball players, students who are younger than him and weaker than him and in a lower position. Yeah, that's, he's being a man. This is not the military, you fucknut. It's a basketball game. It's a fucking game. It's not life and death here. It's not a fucking war. It's not a battlefield. But I bet people like this fucknut, Eric Bolin, have never seen a battlefield. And when they do, they freak out. They pee in their pants. They shit in their fucking underwear. Because they're nothing but chicken hawks.
This is it. I got a paddle in high school. I did something wrong once in gym, and they take a paddle. It's a sawed-off bat, flat on one side, and they whack you in the butt across the back of the legs. So I never messed around in that class again.
Eric. In Mexico, they do that, and they do it to the bullies, actually. To people like the coach here. But fine. What's up with all the peddling? I heard that Sean Hannity also talked about, oh, I got whipped. I got the pedal. I got pedaled by my daddy. I got whooped. And look, I turned out okay. That's what he said. It's Sean Hannity. And how come every Fox News host is, I don't know, weird? And they've had this kind of environment where there was a lot of masculine aggression against children, boys. You only need to do that when somebody is being abusive. Yeah, I mean, corporal punishment is fine when it's really needed, but not because you shouldn't hit players or kids because they don't want to do what you want to do as a coach. What the hell's the matter with you? We're talking about a coach here. You know, it's different if you're the parent and you want to spank your kid for doing something stupid. Yeah, that's one thing. But another thing to hit an 18-year-old, a 19-year-old is not. That's totally different. Where is this guy coming from, by the way? Oh, I got paddled. Really? You enjoy getting spanked with a pedal? But you turned out really straight and masculine, didn't you? What a freak.
I have a paddle right now.
I'm not. You also went to a Jesuit high school, and I guess you took one of the props home with you. But here's the question:
Yeah, high school.
Are we better off as a nation now with all the PC and with all the wimpifying?
Wimpifying PC. You mean acting cordially, acting like a gentleman? Oh, that's being PC. Oh, sexual harassment. These regulations against sexual harassment in the workplace, that's all PC, man. And you wonder why there's a lot of abuse in the Catholic Church and these reactionary right-wing churches and institutions. You wonder why. But anyway, just to clarify, what is this here? The New Jersey Journal has come out with this article, and it's interesting because the people who are commenting on this don't even know that the coach had a contract in which they had rules placed in such contract where he couldn't do what he did. Let me read you this article here. Maybe we should email this article to Fox News so they can read it. Well, maybe they won't read it. Here it is. Basketball coach Mike Rice did cross the line and violate the terms of his contract when he hurled balls and homophobic slurs at his players. According to a report compiled by an independent investigator hired by Rutgers University last year, university officials were quick to blame the report, which they released for the first time to the media yesterday, for their decision to suspend and not fire Rice in December. So this has been going on. The 49-page report by the law firm Connell Foley LLP of Roseland concluded Rice did not create a hostile work environment under strict interpretation of the university's anti-discrimination policies. It also praised the coach for appearing to care deeply for his players. But contrary to what Rutgers officials claimed earlier this week, the report also found evidence that Rice violated his contract, which university officials could have used to justify firing the coach. Quote, in sum, we believe there is sufficient evidence to find that certain actions of Coach Rice did cross the line of permissible conduct, that such actions constituted harassment or intimidation within Rutgers' policy, the report said. The intensity of Rice's inappropriate behavior was enough to violate his contract, the report continued. Quote, we believe that A.D. Pernetti could reasonably determine that Coach Rice's actions tended to embarrass and bring shame or disgrace to Rutgers in violation of Coach Rice's employment contract with Rutgers, the report said. Under Rice's contract, the coach could be fired for bringing shame or disgrace to the university. If he was fired for cause in December, the university would not have to pay him for the remainder of his $650,000 contract or give him his $100,000 bonus for completing the season, his contract said. Wow, what's going on over there? I mean, these university heads are, I don't know, they're fucking retarded. Well, now it's blowing on their face, and I don't know, I don't really care, but what I care is when people are being so stupid in the media and saying, you know, we're in a decline because people like Coach Rice cannot bully harass and intimidate players at a basketball game. Come on, grow the fuck up. And by the way, for Republicans and conservatives, supposedly conservatives and reactionaries, to be able to say such stupid things is really, really laughable. Aren't these the same conservatives and reactionaries and Republicans who lecture us about contracts? You gotta obey those contracts. We have to have freedom of contract and all that BS. You know, when we talk about gay marriage and all that, you know, they say, well, we have contract laws. You know, gay couples can get contracts, and those contracts need to be protected, and they need to be recognized and enforced by the courts. Well, what about here? Coach Rice had a contract. He's not supposed to embarrass the university, and he did. He violated his contract. So therefore, he should be fired. Contract says so, right there in plain black and white. Oh, Jose, but this is PC. This is political correctness. What a bunch of assholes. And that's what they are. Depraved assholes. And these people want to control our country? Really? That's why I say these people, these reactionaries, are fascist. Because they don't really believe what they're saying, number one, in contract laws, or freedom of speech, religion. They don't believe in that shit. Because they're fascists. Only fascists like Hitler and Mussolini ever believed in beating people up, being thugs, being bullies, and intimidators. Because that's what they are. And they will protect others who are just like them. And this is what it is. So, there you go.